You know, it takes money to run anything, your household or whatever. But I get a lot of heat, you know, from people, you know, out and around about, you know, about each department, you know, why can't we just go ahead and cut their departments, you know, and stuff like that. But when you look at who all was elected just in this last election, the sheriff's back there, just take him for instance. He got the most votes. Well, people wants his department cut. They need to look to him. They don't need to look to me. In every other department, the people votes a majority vote to elect them. Then they should, if they don't want them, they don't want their departments to have the people working in those departments like they have, then they need to go to them and say, hey, we want you to cut your budget. Not me, you know, because we can't go into no departments and cut anybody's budget. But we can vote for a tax rate.
Any other comments? Any other motion? Currently, we stand without a tax rate. Commissioner Weldon.
I would like to say, in regards to what Mr. Douglas said, I'm not sure that the action that was taken earlier with Mr. Marlowe, I'm not defending him in all means. I see things that needs to be changed. But is it Jeff's responsibility to go into these departments and cut them? I'm asking Mr. Jennings, I mean.
Okay, who's supposed to do it?
I want to know whose it is that you want to go into these departments and cut them.
It's your job. You're the chief legislative body of this county.
Lonnie?
You can cut anything you want to.
I have no authority to cut the budgets of those departments. I have no authority to even make a recommendation that those budgets be cut.
Then how can we get at this 199 and put our closing?
Hang on a second. Most of the departments are governed, as Marie said a few minutes ago, by state law requirements that the mayor referred to them as maintenance of effort requirements. What that specifically means is that the level of funding that they had previously, and the mayor spoke to it with the sheriff's situation, have been increased to from last year with the addition of the new guards. Those can't be reduced by the General Assembly of the state of Tennessee. It's a very difficult position to be in. I have said many, many times, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I would not want to be a county commissioner because it appears to me that all you get to do is what Carl said a second ago. You get to consider the monetary information presented to you, and I swear on my mother's life, I compile that as accurately as I completely can. I do not lie about it. I do not manipulate the figures. I give them to you as accurate as I can. The only solution to a 199 rate is for you to authorize me, this body, to go put together a budget that proposes to use fund balances in the respective funds that can be used, roads for roads, sanitation for sanitation, county general for county general, blah, blah, blah. And I will come back in here with a budget that is balanced with a 199 rate.
Why didn't you tell me that a year and a half ago? I asked you that, Mr. Morrow. I asked you, could you give me a balanced budget?
No.
And you embarrassed me by telling me no.
Cliff,
You did say that, sir.
all I'm trying to say, Cliff, is there is a difference between balancing a budget where revenues are equal to expenditures appropriations. That's what I consider a balanced budget.
Sir, I respect you. You know, when I first came down here, everybody said, vote for Marlowe. And I told you, did I not? I said, I do not. I have no problem with you, and you shoot straight with me, and I'll shoot straight with you. And I asked you, and I asked the mayor, I said, bring me a balanced budget. You told me you couldn't. But, now, sir, with all respect to you, you just told me you could. So why didn't we do it a year and a half ago?
Only if we propose to use fund balances, and I don't have that authority either, Cliff. All I can do is.
Jeff, that's not correct. That's not correct. You can make cuts. You can make cuts in your department. You can make cuts in our department. This body, and I fell short of being a good commissioner when this body didn't vote to clean its own act up, and we did. And then I felt confident. I asked the elected officials, I think they're either part of the problem or they're either part of the solution. And I hope you understand it. And they're all my friends. And I ain't gonna call them names now because they got a little mad at me. But look, we need some help. This county needs some help. And I said this, and I still feel like it, and the public feels like it. We got more people, we got desks. So cut it. They need to cut their department. The sheriff does, Monty does, Bobby
I
does.
think you're wrong, Cliff. I think that you've never stepped foot down in my office. You don't know how my office is ran, and you're just making accusations that you.
No, I'm not making accusations.
That's the truth.
Sheriff, I respect you.
You don't respect me, but that's the truth.
Well, I do respect you. You're my friend. But I have seen a sheriff's department that operates on the same budget that I operated on for 9 years.
Bring it, show it to me.
I'll show it to you. I'll be glad to.
Bring it to me. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
Well,
All right, gentlemen.
would you go
Let's move
with me,
forward.
sir? Would you go with me tomorrow? I'll be there. I'll take you there and show you. I'll show you one of the cleanest jails in the world, in the country. I'll show you a sheriff's department. I will. I'll take you there.
Move up there.
Sir?
Move up there.
Well, that's not the point.
No,
The point is I'm here
Gentlemen, let's
and
move
it
forward.
can happen.
Yeah.
Can we have a
Go
civil
ahead, I'm sorry.
conversation
Go ahead.
instead of being disrespectful to one another? A moment ago, this gentleman walked over here and told her to be quiet. And then he started speaking up, so that's not really fair.
I apologize if I offended anyone.
All right, do I have another point on the commission? Any other motion? We have until 31st of August to set a tax rate.